Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing today? I have had a good sleep, and I am back for a little bit more streaming, at least for a few hours. I'll have to depart in probably 4 to 5 hours so that I can actually get some sleep for work tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. We can at least get a few hours of streaming in. And we're going back. We're going back to Caesar 3, the Julius mod. I played this a lot near the end of last year, August, September, along those lines. And I wanted to come back and finish the game. I knew I was starting to get burnt out on city builders. I played through the entirety of Pharaoh and New Era last year, and then I picked up Caesar 3 near the end of that. And now I'm nearing the end of Caesar 3, and I made some illusions that I would be taking a break after Caesar 3 until after the beginning of the year. I thought I was going to get through Caesar 3 before taking that break, but it seems like things had other plans. I started playing Dice Sphere program, and that started taking up all of my time. So let's jump in here and pick up where we last left off. We just finished Damascus, I believe. And we'll go in here. We'll wait for the month to tick over, and it should propel us to the next mission. Maybe. I did just see a bunch of houses devolve, so hopefully that's a coincidence and it will still tick over. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a little bit of TLC on this city real quick to make sure that we actually finish it. I guess we'll see at the beginning of the month. So there we go. Nice. Accept the promotion. We've already seen this, but we'll watch it again just because we can. Yeah, we did a good job, guys. We did a good job.
Once again, you have attained what lesser men called impossible. All of the East was watching your balancing act in Damascus. Now,
many years ago.
Some of my Syrian legions.
All right, so now we are ready to continue that. Why is my mouse being dumb? My mouse is like catching on nothing. All right, so this is the penultimate mission. There's 11 missions in the game. Each mission has 2 options other than the first 3. So we have this mission, and then we have one more after that. So we have Londinum, a peaceful province. And we have Sarmizegetusa, which is a very dangerous province. So what I have been doing every single time we've had to make a choice of what mission to play is I've been coming over here and grabbing a coin flippy. Just like an online coin flippy thing. And we'll bring it up. So, let's do heads as Londinum and tails as Sarmizegetusa. Let's go. Tails it is. A very dangerous province. Oh boy, I can't wait. Let's go.
The Roman Empire now includes nearly every habitable land in the world, except for the darkest forests of Germania and Dacia. That is where you're going next. Build a medium city in the enemy's heartland. You will meet stiff resistance from local tribes, the most noteworthy being the Goths. Build the appropriate defenses and defeat them, time after time. until they either learn to leave you alone or extinguish themselves.
Caesar
trying to
casually
harm your
suggesting
city.
genocide there.
In the meantime, we are taking the fight to them. They have crossed our border and terrorized our citizens for the last time. The province itself is large and reasonably rich in resources. Native villages already occupy some of the best land, but you know how to deal with them. Your legions will have plenty of chances to exercise their sword arms.
Okay.
But there is nothing that should prevent your success in
All right.
Sarmizegetusa.
So, Sarmizegetusa. He says it a lot better than I do. All right, so all in all, these objectives are pretty modest. A prosperity rating of 50, a culture rating of 60. They're on the upper end of, you know, what is reasonable, I think. But this is not bad. It's not bad at all. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what kind of map we're dealing with. All right, so we have a bunch of farmland on this hillock here. A lot of wolves. All right, okay. We have a native town here and a bunch more farmland. What else do we have going on here? That looks to be about it. Looks like we also have some natives on this upper land here. Okay. There's a lot of wolves. This is a lot of wolves. Okay, so I think we're going to start by building our settlement here. It's close enough that we can use the farmland, but far enough away that we're not going to aggro the natives until we're ready. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and we'll plop a fountain. I want to give myself enough breathing room. We'll plop a fountain there to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I can remember how to build a Roman city. It's been a while, so I expect some mistakes to be made. Which, you know, is good. We don't mind a couple of mistakes every here and there. It was what makes the game saucy. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll put a prefecture, an engineer's post, and a market down here. Oh, and there's the wolves. Rip Reuben, how's it going today? I should be worried about the wolves, but we're not going to worry about the wolves just yet. I guess we could kind of plop a wall around here for the moment. And we could also put a wall here. This is just temporary fortifications to prevent the wolves from murdering us horribly. You're just getting ready for school? Well, I hope you have a good time at school today, Rip Reuben. Hopefully it is a productive day. Wheat, vines, vegetables, pigs. Okay. Weapon, furniture, pottery. So we could produce weapons. That's usually a good place to start as far as an economy goes. Get rid of these trees. Oh, that's not a tree. That's a rock. Okay, rock. Thank you. I appreciate you being in the way. Alright, we'll put a granary right here as well. There we go. I don't really know if fire risk or collapse risk is going to be the biggest issue here, so we'll go ahead and we'll do an engineer's post down here for now. Alright, these wolves are getting a little bit obnoxious. It's a little bit worrisome. The wolves running around. We could put another wall down. I'm just a little bit leery about putting a bunch of walls down. Walls are expensive. They cost money. Desirability issues, that's okay. We also may just lose. It's very possible that because I haven't played this game for a long time, I'll just get deleted because I'm not going to expand fast enough. So let's see. We have food. Do we have enough workers? We have plenty of workers. Okay. So let's go ahead and build some temples. There we go. Plop down a couple schools for education. We'll yeet a theater. Actor colony. There we go. And that should get us through an initial set of building tiers. We are going to just get rid of this road, I think. Yeah, so this is my concern here, is the wolves just running through our land. Could be problematic. It could be problematic. I think the funny thing is, and by funny I mean kind of sad and depressing, is that, like, the more wolf attacks we have, the longer they stay there. Here, let's just kind of... let's just ignore those wolves. We can't ignore these 3 wolves, but we'll be able to ignore the... no, there's more wolves coming. No, stop it. Look, if we put all the wolves in jail, we won't have to worry about them anymore. Back to your old city builder, got nostalgia after yesterday? Well, I've been meaning to finish Caesar 3, Taily. It's just not been in the cards lately, because I've been playing other things. But I do want to come back and finish the game. Let's see, we'll build a warehouse. Right now, we're just kind of putting all the wolves in jail. Or trying to, anyhow. It's not really working very well. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so this granary, we're going to put weapons in it. I don't know if we can sell weapons. I would imagine at some point... yeah, someone will buy weapons. We'll just go ahead and we'll open that up now. Alright. Alright, wolves. That's enough. I'm done playing your reindeer games, wolves. Alright, where's the native risk here? Right there. So if we do that, and put a gatehouse here, that'll hopefully stop the wolves. I probably should have just done that to begin with, but, you know, I'm stubborn. I didn't want to just build random walls everywhere. But, you know, here we are, building random walls everywhere. There's still a couple wolves running around, but we'll deal with that when we can. Also going to put a barracks down and a military academy. This is a lot to be building immediately. Well, at least Mars is happy. How did you get in? He may have already been in. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 stray wolves just kind of floating around. I could probably build more prefectures. That would help reduce the wolf population, eventually. Well, what game is this? This is Caesar 3. It's an order game from the late 90s. It's a city building game. And I played it a lot last year, and I have been meaning to get back to it. I only have a couple more missions to play. I just haven't. I just haven't gotten back to it. So I figured it's a new year. Maybe it's time I go back and finish up some of the games that I've been holding off on for a while. Or we'll just get eaten by wolves. That's another possibility. Also, how's it going today, Doutros? Okay, so we need food, which we're working on.
There's not enough food in this.
Yeah, the prefect agrees. There's not enough food in this city. And we also don't have enough employees, which is a bit of a problem. But hopefully we have stemmed the wolf invasion. I don't think we're going to get invaded by wolves anytime soon, other than the few remaining wolves we have to deal with. What the? How did you get in here? What? Okay, bye. Alright, well, thanks for pointing out that flaw in my defense. I appreciate it. Now get the heck out of my city. Yeah, we still have a couple of stray wolves hanging out, but that's okay. So, we're probably going to build our housing up this way. We have some room for some housing over here. We don't really have a lot of room, though. Although, admittedly, at least part of that is because of all the, random walls we have scattered throughout the place. The thing to keep in mind, though, is that, like, this is our only source of water on the map. Which, if we're not careful, you know, we're gonna have to get water over here if we want to put housing over here. And we don't currently have a way of doing that. Unless we do that. Which is a little bit silly, but we may have to do what we have to do. Alright, so all of my houses are downgrading. That's unfortunate. But probably not surprising considering a whole bunch of them were murdered by wolves. I think we're going to put another block of housing up here. Plebeians in Rome are jubilant over an increase in their wages. Up to 34, huh? Alright, that's fine. Do I want to put this here? I mean, I guess that's okay. Okay, this is going to be a little bit jank. But that's okay. We don't mind a little bit of jank. Sometimes it's even appealing. There we go. Alright. We'll put a prefecture down, we'll put an engineer's post down, and a marketplace. We may need another marketplace over here. I don't know if this one's going to be able to work double time and provide food for both of these blocks of houses. But we'll see. Diseased? Oh, good. I'm glad I forgot to put in a bathhouse and a doctor. Okay. Well, that's my bad game. I apologize. Truly, I have paid for my insolence. Here, we'll even throw in a couple doctors. There we go. Our population crisis is a little bit of a problem, but that's why we have the extra set of housing. Between that and these housings eventually upgrading, we should be able to solve that problem. No signs of enemy invasion just yet. Which, this is a very dangerous province, so we are going to get attacked, and we're going to get attacked a lot. Hopefully we can deal. Economically speaking, we are struggling, though. We should start to fill out our industries, though. We'll go ahead and we'll start selling weapons. I like how I still find it kind of funny how they just burn the house down when the occupants inside die of the plague. It's like, you couldn't think of a better way of dealing with this than just lighting everything on fire? I guess not. We're gonna need temples to the gods up here. Go. I don't exactly know what proportion of population to temples you need. I just know that I try to get as much coverage as possible. So these houses got food. Okay, so it seems like this market's going to be able to provide at least a little bit of food for these guys. I don't know, it'll probably still be pretty close, though. Employees needed, that's understandable. Okay, we have our first weapons being produced. We'll go ahead and we'll build 2 more weaponsmiths. What do you mean I have to build it on cleared land? There we go. Can't hear you as you're working. Caesar 3 Julius, do you think you remember seeing this on shelves but never got it? Big time Age of Empires vibes. It kind of does. It's more of a city builder than a strategy game. But I definitely do get the vibes. And Julius is the mod name. Which I know you can't hear me right now, but that's okay. If you watch this back at some point, then you'll hear me then. All right. Okay. So we have a barracks. We could go ahead and we can build. I mean, we could build a legionary right off the bat. We'll start with javelins, though. I think the javelins will help deal with the wolves. We'll plop this guy here, I guess. Javelins are pretty good, so I should be pretty happy with that. It does look like we need to produce even more food, though. Caesar's going to get mad at us soon because we're going to run out of money, but that's okay. Let's pop down a few veggies. And a prefecture. And an engineer's post. Just to make sure that that stuff doesn't burn down or get destroyed. I have a feeling that getting food across the map may be a bit difficult. Actually, I take that back. There's a lot of farmland around. So, as long as we make use of our farmland, we have this farmland up top, we have all this farmland down here. We do have plenty of room. We even have the natives over here if we wanted to deal with them. Yeah, I'm hoping that we get some food into this market, and then they'll be able to feed all these people. That's the hope and the dream, anyhow. I just worry a little bit that we may need another marketplace, but only time will tell. It does seem like these guys are struggling with desirability. I guess we could probably do something about that. Yeah, there we go. So how does our unemployment look? Okay, all right. So we have 20% unemployment. That's good. That means we have plenty of workers. Enemies are closing in on the city. That must have just happened. Yeah, in August. Alright, we need to get a unit of legionaries. We're going to go into debt here. This is a thing that I've just kind of accepted with Caesar 3, is that we're going to go into debt. And, also we can get some clay pits started. Let's see. Where do I want to put the potters, though? I kind of didn't really give myself enough room here. Let's get rid of this temple. Oh, good. Rome is paying even more money. Okay.
You got through those funds.
What is this?
Try to make these new funds last longer.
I had $14,000 at the start of the mission, and you're only going to give me $1,400? Okay, game. All right, look, it's the end of the game. It has to be hard, or something. All right, we'll put the 3 potters there. We need a 4th potter, but we can deal. There we go. That's better than nothing, I guess. I'm hoping that our weapons workshops will pick up and start really pumping out weapons. We may even build more weapons? I don't know, that seems like a pretty good ratio. 1 to 2 is always fairly decent in Caesar.
There's no space for this lot anywhere in the city.
Although we do have workers just sitting around. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. So, I need to get a Senate set up, and I need to start collecting taxes. I mean, This area is as good as anywhere else for the Senate, right? And I think the Senate will collect taxes. I can't remember if I've ever actually, like, proven that theory. Yeah.
These houses pay so little tax.
I mean, it's not going to be a lot of money, but it'll be at least be a little bit. It'll at least offset wages, and that's the only thing you really use taxes for. In theory, anyhow. In practice, it's not quite that easy, but it is what it is. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like these farms are struggling to get workers. So we're just going to throw a couple of slum houses around. Everybody loves a slum house. Okay. Now, the question is going to be... I do have my personal savings. I could give myself some money. I don't really want to give myself a lot of money. But I could give myself an extra... we could just do 500 gold. That just keeps us from going in the red, basically. Because I think we have, like, an okay, like, baseline setup. We just need to take a little bit of time to get everything running. I think. I hope. We got our first little bit of pottery in, that's good. We actually should build a fourth potter. We can plop one right there. There's a little bit of travel time for these clay pits, but it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so now our farms have a bunch of workers. So hopefully that will fix our food problem. I'm not sold yet. Alright, so we have our next tier of housing. Right next to the slums. It's okay. Sometimes you gotta slum it up for a while. No food. Desirability. Eventually we'll get a surplus of food. Can we build any more farms? We can. You might be asking yourselves, why am I producing a variety of food? Do I need to provide a variety of food? I don't. I don't need to provide a variety of food. But I'm going to need to for later, so I might as well start setting up the infrastructure now. Eventually, I'll probably want to specialize my granaries. I'll set one to, like, wheat, one to pigs, one to vegetables. That way, for my higher tier housing, they can grab whatever they need. But this is way far down the line. We're nowhere near dealing with that yet. Alright, I'm going to give a little bit more to the city. I don't want to keep making the Emperor mad by continuing to go into debt constantly. I say as I just blow through all of that gold. We should be about done with our legionaries. Yeah. So once we're done with the legionaries, we should start building up a backlog of weapons that we'll be able to start selling. Alright, so how does that look? Okay, we're making about 830 Pharaoh bucks, or Caesar bucks a year. That's not great. It makes sense due to the tier of housing we're at, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to move this wall out. But that's a bit longer term. But hey, we have a bunch of people coming in. We have enough food for now, I believe. The food will slowly trickle down through the houses, so that's not too much of a concern. So maybe it's just time that we sit back, we relax, we take a few minutes, we fight off any invaders that are coming, which I think we only got the distant battle. So we still have a few more years before we get attacked, I think. And we'll just kind of hold here for a few. Hopefully our money will accumulate. Okay, yeah, we're starting to get equipment now. So that's good. It's kind of funny. Oh, come on.
Governors think money grows on trees.
Yes. You're so mad at me. This is gonna be a problem. The Emperor is not going to be very happy with me. But, yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, what was I saying? There's a lot to be said about these old city builders. In the idea that, like, they are kind of like a base level automation game, if you think about it. I mean, obviously they're not anywhere near as complex. The most complicated thing to produce is some of the tier 3 stuff in the Pharaoh expansion, which requires like pottery and other things, which is a tier 2 item. It doesn't go to like tier 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 like some of the things in other builders in other factory games. But it does still have the bones of that. Yeah, you collect resources, you build an item, you then, in this case, sell those items for money, or use those items to progress your faction in the game. Again, it's not like a perfect analogy, because city builders are much more simplistic, but it's still kind of there. The bones exist. Yeah, so we're just gonna hang back for a while. We're going to sell our weapons. What else do you buy? Furniture. And you buy meat. This is a pretty useless trade route as far as purchases go. Furniture, though. I mean, we don't have the money to set that up right now, but considering the fact that they sell a lot more furniture, or they buy a lot more furniture than they do weapons, it's probably worth setting that industry up just to sell the furniture. Which, we have some trees in here. We have some trees over here. We could do that. It would give us a use for our unemployment, that's for sure. But before we do that, we need to get our financial situation sorted. We need to not get poor. I say as we have a real unemployment problem. It may have been a little bit over ambitious to build all of this housing up here. Although I will admit that at least part of it was because I was expecting a bigger injection of money from Caesar. I'm not even going to lie. Okay, so this should be a pretty nice... Yeah, this should be a pretty nice income here when they purchase these weapons. That should maybe slash hopefully give us enough money to start our furniture industry. How do our other risks look? How does fire risk look? Is there even any fire risk on this map? I don't know. Collapse risk isn't looking great. We can do that. All right, so we got 1,100 bucks from that. Let's clear out this random wolf. You know what? Just punch him. There we go. All right. So here, I think we're just going to do something like this. We're going to do something like this, except with trees instead. We're going to set up our furniture on one side, or our, not furniture, our wood cutting on one side. Yeah, timber yard. Here. And our furniture on the other side. So let's see, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 furniture. Like that. And then we'll set up a warehouse here too. There we go. All right, so that should take care of a lot of our unemployment. It may even take care of most of our unemployment. Okay, maybe it won't take care of most of our employment, but it'll take care of a lot of it. All right, let's keep working on farms. Flooded clay pit? That's okay. We can deal with that. So, we should probably put another granary down here. That might sound a little bit odd, but it really isn't. Because eventually it's just going to be too expensive. Or too much... How should I word this? It'll be too expensive in the sense of getting food out of this farming area in terms of time. So it'll take way too long to go to this granary. So we're going to have this granary get goods, and then it should come down and get resources out of this granary. and then take it back. Okay. Am I getting attacked by wolves again? Probably. I just don't really know where. I don't know where the wolves are attacking. Oh well. Alright. So let's put a couple more farms in here. That's also why it's technically better to have, like, specialized granaries, so that when the cartmen are, like, transporting goods between the two warehouses, they'll be able to get a full amount. Where are these wolves? I keep hearing the sound of wolves attacking, and I keep not seeing where it's happening. Maybe it's not happening in our city. Maybe it's happening in one of the native cities. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and sell all of our furniture. Can we sell pottery? No. How does our unemployment look? Our unemployment is actually perfect. That's good. So yeah, like, the dream is this granary takes the food from all the other granaries, and then these houses collect the food from this granary. Or, you know, wherever. Also, I just realized I was talking about putting housing over here. I don't know if that's going to happen at this point. That's okay. We don't need a massive city on this map. We only need 6,000 people? Yeah, our target population is 6,000. So, you know, each of these buildings, each of these little blocks hold about 1,000 people. So we could just put like 3 or 4 more blocks over here, and we should be good to go, in theory. But what I really want right now is to see these houses upgrade. And we may see that soon. They do have wheat. 10 furniture, 36 months to comply. I mean, we should be able to do that. You know, that is a fair point. We are going to start getting requests from Caesar. We may want to keep a backlog of some weapons and furniture for those requests. It's not really something that I've thought about, but I'm glad the game reminded me and gave me 3 years to honor that deal. We're just gonna give the city another 1,000 gold. We are actually making a lot of money here. We're a proconsul now. We're making 80 denarii per month. We can just feed that right back into the city if we want. At least until we get established. I may want to save all of my money, or as much money as I can, for the next mission, and then just give myself a big injection of money. Because the next mission is the last mission, and after that we don't need our money. We can just donate it all to the cause. I think we are going to build a second legionary, though. We're probably going to put it over here, though. There's just wolves camping the gate. Well, you know, the traders already gave me their money, so why do I care? Why do I care if the traders die horribly before they leave? I don't think there's an opinion penalty for that. There may be. Probably not, though. I think we're about ready to jump up to amphitheaters. Local uprising? This isn't really a good time for a local uprising. Now, these guys are quite zoomy. Yeah. But we should be okay. Yeah, super easy. The game loves pulling those tricks on you now, it seems. Where they'll send, like, some kind of disaster or event right before you get attacked. Because we are going to be getting attacked next year. Oops, I didn't mean to delete that. Whatever, it's fine. This is the only thing that really matters right now. Enemies at the door. How do the gods look? They're pleased for now. Okay. Let's get this. Let's get the wood, the furniture out before our people start stealing it all. You know, I'll be completely honest with you. Even though that market got food, it really didn't go very far, did it? I'm seriously thinking of putting another market up here. Maybe even, like, deleting this house here and putting the market there. Sometimes you need to do drastic measures. Settle down, Caesar. You got your furniture. Okay, it's a new year. I was about to say, they haven't bought any weapons for a while, and that's because they reached their cap for the year. Ooh, that unemployment is kind of bad. Well, hopefully we can get a bunch of people in, and it won't be a problem. The houses should start upgrading. These people just need furniture, and since we got the donation to Caesar done, we should start getting furniture. Yeah, she just grabbed some furniture there. But if Rome keeps paying more wages, then we're gonna have a problem. The Emperor's gratitude. The Emperor thanks you. Yeah. Okay. We may need to put an extra little block of housing here. Just to get a few extra people. There's not really a good place to do this. I guess we could put some housing here. Just to add a few more population. This is a really bad idea, and I may have to pave over these houses eventually, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh, wait. I don't have a way to get... Ooh, I don't have a way to get water there. Okay. Well, that does put a damper on things. So, what if we did this? Put a line of houses here instead. And then we could put a fountain there. Stop it! Stop paying more wages! I don't want to pay my more people more money! This is just asking for a fire. Here, we'll do something like this. This will be a little jank. But that's okay. Run out of pottery. There's plenty of pottery here, though. Oh, it's a labor shortage. Okay. Just do that. We need our industries working. We can't have our economy collapsing because people don't want to work. All right, let's build a second legionary. We're gonna build it over here. You might be asking yourselves, why am I building it all the way over there? And the answer is, in case of an emergency, in case I have to get troops over there quickly, I want to have troops over there. Even though I have a suspicion that a lot of the attacks are going to come right here. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Okay, this is starting to look a little bit better. Put down a library. I wish we had another spot over here we could put down a library. We're gonna move this temple to Mercury. I don't know. Over here, I guess. And then we'll put a library in here. I think that makes sense. I don't know if it does or not, but we'll try it. Not received food. These guys haven't received food. Desirability is a problem here, even with the Senate. Probably not surprising, really. But the good news is we are producing plenty of food. I think these are the first natives we're going to pacify. I wonder if we could get away with just one mission post. Employees needed. That's okay. And And we're also about to get attacked. That one singular mission post might be enough. Now, we'll have to be careful because if we aggro one village, all of these villages will attack us. They will all spawn enemies to come and bully our stuff. So we want to try to avoid that as much as possible. Okay, so they have not appeared where I wanted them to appear. That's okay. Ooh, there's a lot of bullies there. Simon the Terrifying. Oh no, they have horses too? This is a little concerning. Okay, well, the Spirit of Mars has killed one group. Oh no, they have ranged attacks? No. How's that fair? I didn't say you could have ranged attacks. Okay, I think we'll be okay. We do still have a whole legion here. And I'm sure these guys aren't as good in combat, in melee combat. I wish these old games would give you some indication of which direction they were coming. You feel you would have had warning even back in the older days of the world. That's true. I mean, I know that, like, when you create the game, you create, like, when you create a mission. Like, I used to play around with the old mission editor in Pharaoh a bunch. But, like, when you set up a mission like this, you specify, like, specific invasion locations, and the game will... I can't do that. Hold on. And then the game will, like, pick those areas to attack from. Oops. Oh, I could have just did undo. Whatever, it's fine. But yeah, it would be nice if there was some kind of warning. Some kind of notification that this is where they were going to be coming in at. But hey, now we know for the future, we can just really fortify up this area. Can we really afford... I mean, I guess we could just do that. We'll need to put some slum houses down. and an engineer's post, but that should be fine. But hey, now we have a better indication of where they're going to attack from, so we'll be ready for the next invasion. Assuming it's from that direction. I still suspect that they may attack up here at some point as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if they attack from... I expect them to attack from everywhere, basically. I expect them to attack from everywhere. Realistically speaking, that's probably what's going to happen.
This city seems to be running smoothly.
I wish that my houses would get pottery. There's pottery right here. You can just walk down and grab it. It's not even far away. All right, let's expand out our walls here. Oops. Again, these walls are not necessarily for protection so much as keeping wolves out. Because screw wolves. Wolves are evil. Although this wolf here, this wolf here, he has a vendetta against this missionary. It's kind of hilarious. Here, this makes the path for the missionaries a little bit more straightforward. Man, all these wolves have a vendetta against this missionary. Why do you hate the missionary? What did the missionary ever do to you? Alright. So that gives us a little bit more breathing room on this side. What are we gonna do with this breathing room? We're going to build a warehouse and get pottery up here. I want you to get pottery. Yeah. Honestly, I want you to get furniture too. Yeah, because the furniture is pretty far away from this housing too, especially because we're probably, and by probably I mean definitely going to put housing up here. We'll need this here to get food over here. We may actually also need a granary. I don't quite know how well this will work, but we can try it. Both of our granaries are full, so having a third granary is not a bad idea. Are we getting the towers down here, man? Not yet. We may need to connect this road. We'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, so this warehouse is grabbing furniture, and then it should go down and grab pottery. Yeah?
The cities go. This one
Oh, it's not going to tell me. Okay. But yeah, it should alternate like that. Ooh, look at the food coming. Oh, lo, the food's coming. There it is. Nice. Prosperity's going up. Peaceful's looking okay. Caesar is a little bit irritated, but nothing disastrous. Go ahead and send him a modest gift. These guys are struggling with pottery still. Okay. I could put another market for you if you want. And we'll go ahead and we'll put in another javelin. I might actually use cavalry in this map. We haven't really had to use the cavalry at all. But if they're going to start getting... Oh, I just realized I could walk around this way. That's funny. But if they're going to use, like, ranged cavalry, it might be worth it to get some of our own cavalry to, like, counterattack theirs. Maybe. I have never been a huge fan of the cavalry in this game. I think even in this playthrough, I tried it out a couple of times in some of the early missions. They move fast, but they're not really great in melee. They don't have a ranged attack, so you can't really do, like, skirmish tactics with them. So they're just kind of extraneous. They're not good at melee, so the legionaries are better than them. And they're not good at range, so the javelins are better than them. But in this case, where they actually have, like, ranged cavalry, it might be worth it to get them into melee, is what I'm thinking. I definitely want to continue overproducing on food, though. If there's one thing that I'm not upset about overproducing on, it's food. So we're just going to add a few more food places. Now, we could probably... Here, let's just loop this around. It's a little bit weird, but that's okay. We could probably export meat. Now, it's important to keep in mind, meat isn't exactly going to be a prized commodity. It's actually one of the better foods to sell, but you're still not going to be making a lot of money. If you look at, like, the amount of money you get for meat, which is 36 Caesar bucks, and then you look at the 180 you get for weapons and 150 you get for furniture, like, it's just not really worth it. But if we're going to have a surplus anyway, I don't know, it might be worth it. There's a lot of farmland. I don't really expect farmland to be a problem on this map. You know, I kind of agree with Caesar. There's not really many reasons why I should struggle to complete the objectives of this mission, other than the aggressive enemies. That's really about it. Okay, so I think it's about time we set up our next block of housing. Yeah. I'm gonna set it up here. That's really close to the granary. Am I okay with that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. There we go. So there's enough room up here for 2 blocks of housing. I'm definitely going to try to use that as much as I can. Go ahead and put the market right here in the middle. Do something like that. We'll also want to put a theater, an amphitheater. Up here. And again, we'll want to do the same thing over here, too. Put another block of housing. It may have to go right here. We may have to expand this wall out again. But we'll see how that works. Because they have pottery, they have furniture, they do need a bath. We'll put a bath here, and we'll put a bath here. There we go. Are there any wolves up here? I know I blocked this off. I can still block off these ramps. Like that. That should, in theory, stop the wolves from coming down. Although I don't really know how easy it's going to be to set up this farmland. I just know that there's a lot of farmland up here, so it doesn't even really have to be the most efficient. Yeah, yeah. Okay. We still need education. Let's get rid of this Temple to Mercury. We'll put it over here. We'll put a school here. Rome pays more wages. That's great. It's a good time to be a Roman, apparently. It's not a good time to be a governor, though. Oh, look at these houses upgrade. They're upgrading so fast. That's so good. That's so good. I'm thinking my final arrangement of my military is going to be 1 cavalry and 1 more spearman. I want to try to only roll with 2 legionaries. I like the legionaries. I think they're very good. I feel like I've underrated the javelins, though. I feel like the javelins are really good, too. They just don't get as much time in the sun because they're not javelin. They're not legionaries. You know, it's like Space Marine and the Imperium of Man, right? We always hear about the Space Marines. We don't hear about the dudes defending the Space Marines back. I know nothing about 40k. Don't judge me. Daly, I know you're in chat. Don't judge me. Look, it's fine. Warhammer 40k Total War is coming out, and then you can judge me profusely as I fail that game. Another local uprising? Another local uprising right here? We may have to put walls here eventually. Oh no, I'm gonna aggro them in my... Oh no, my legionaries are fine. You still have yet to play all the Warhammer games? You've just been doing the tabletop? That's fair. I want to go back to Rogue Trader, but that's such a mechanic dense game that I want to go back to it sometime when I have a long period of time off, where like I can just spend like a week or 2 weeks like digging into it. Feels kind of XCOM-like. It kind of is. But it's also like a heavy RPG. Like, the problem that I was having with Rogue Trader was that, like, I would play the game, and then I would come back to it, and I would have no idea of what anything that my characters had was actually doing. It's a cute little forest hovel you guys have there. It would be a shame if I blocked you in with a wall. There we go. I just have these little blocks of wolves trapped in a hole. It's great. Got several games like that in your game library with that genre? Yeah. Well, I think the people who made Rogue Trader also made a D&D game. Let's see, what was the other game that they made? It was another, like, fairly popular Dungeons & Dragons game. It was a little bit more dense than Baldur's Gate was. Owlcat Games. Yeah, they made Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, which is another, like, dense RPG that I would love to sink my teeth into if I had more time. It's just, again, getting the time to do that. That's the struggle. It doesn't have access to a clinic or a hospital. I'll tell you what. Another local uprising? And it's down there this time? That actually kind of sucks. We're gonna bring all the boys, if we can. This is like a major incursion. This is no bueno. This is no good. Look at all the guys with no shirts! Has a lot of boys. Has a lot of boys right there. Here they come. No? Yes? Yes. How low they coming? What if we let them in? Will they not destroy my wall if I do that? Oh, look at them pouring in. I'm glad I set this one unit of javelins back a little bit. Man, I was a little bit worried there for a second. There's a lot of guys that were there. I didn't lose any of my legions. How many javelins did I lose? Okay, I didn't lose any of my javelins either. I did lose some of these guys. I think I had 9 javelins there. Oof. We, we may need to build some more fortifications, folks. I may not have enough fortifications to win this mission yet. We're struggling getting furniture to everyone. I don't know if it's because I'm selling it or what. I mean, I could produce more. I could produce more furniture. It's just kind of a matter of expanding my operations a bit. Could be a bit weird. Put a couple of timber yards here. We could put at least one more timber yard here. So, once the timber yard is actually built, you don't need the trees around it anymore. But I think it looks weird without the trees around it, so I'm probably going to continue building trees. Or leaving the trees, I guess I should say. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we can plant a couple of towers down here now. That wasn't really in my game plan. There we go. There's still a lot of room over here. We could put more woodcutters if we need to. Can we maybe squeeze one more in? I know this is kind of an exercise in why, but yeah, I think that works. And when I say that, I mean, why squeeze one in there when we could just come down here and build some more and not have to squeeze things in like sardines? It's a good question. It's a good question. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer for that question. It's just a good question. 13% unemployment, huh? All right. I don't love building on these raised regions. It's kind of jank. It's kind of jank in many ways. But it is what it is, I suppose. We're gonna put a warehouse here. And a slum house. This warehouse is going to be for meat. We're gonna sell some meat. I don't really know, again, if this is a useful expenditure of my time. But, hey, why not, right? Why not? I should also put a granary up here, but we'll deal with that later. I also continue to not know if I need to worry about fire risk up here or anywhere on this map, so I'm going to just continue assuming that there's going to be fire risk. Overall, though, I think this city is going extremely well. obviously we are struggling with our culture and prosperity. We're creeping up there, but it's still kind of low. But everything else is just a matter of time. We could build some academies just to improve our culture rating. We'll plop an academy right there. And we should probably work on some high-tier housing. Let's see, we're gonna put another unit of javelins over here. And then we're going to put a unit of mounted auxiliaries. We're gonna put them up on the hill. We're gonna put them right here. Why? I have no idea. Why not? Why not? By the way, there's still a very real risk that we get attacked from over here. There's also a very real risk that we could get attacked, have a major attack come over here. Maybe we should start planning for that, huh? Let's exterminate these wolves. Maybe not this group, but this singular wolf. Yeah, get wrecked. Alright, so if we build a wall... We're gonna build a wall... There. And then we're just gonna kind of follow... Yeah. This path? Like that. And we'll want to make it at least 3 thick so that we can actually put towers up. There we go. Then I'll put a tower here, a tower here, a tower here, and a tower there. And we'll plop a slum house there, just to say that we did. There we go. That's going to be the edge of our city. That's going to be the edge of our city down here. This is going to be the edge of our city here. So that should be okay. This warehouse is struggling to get people. Okay. Well, we could put the slum house right on their face. That may help. Yeah, see, this is the jank thing with these ramps, is that each of these ramps count as a road tile, which means that you can have situations where your people just walk in a circle right here and will never go anywhere. It's a cool idea. I like the idea of it, but it doesn't really work very well. It's really problematic.
There's no space for this lot anywhere in the city.
Why are you guys... Why are these guys not moving? Oh, this doesn't actually attach. There we go. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, and then I guess we're just going to export meat when we're over 12, I guess. I want to save up a little bit of meat just in case, just on the off chance that we get a request for it. We are exporting, right? Yeah, okay. I was a little bit worried that we may have set to import by mistake. So, at 7% unemployment, we're doing a good job. We're doing good. We need more theaters working. Governor, no festivals. The gods are mad. Probably could have seen that coming. We'll just put some random temples around. They don't really have to be in sensible locations. They just have to exist and get workers. There we go. Actually, no. This is a bad spot. I want to use that later. Mars and Venus. Venus. Actually, I'm going to use that now. Let's build a couple of vines and make some wine. Oh, come on. Come on, wolves. Fine. I'll come over and fight you two. It's fine. These wolves were gonna have to go eventually anyway. And I think we'll put the warehouse for wine over here. That may sound a little bit weird, but it's not, because I'm planning on putting some high-tier housing over here. So we'll need the wine. We'll need a little wine. Alright. Have at them, javelins. They may kill a man. I don't think they did. There we go. Alright, another pocket of the Wolf Menace defeated. It's a glorious day for the Empire. No employees. I mean, I could put a slum house in. We should probably just finish off these wolves, too. I'm just a little bit afraid that the wolves might respawn back here. I don't know where their spawn locations are. Oh well. Let's bully some more wolves. Okay, so that's the wine production setup. It's just gonna take some time to fill up this warehouse. So it's a little bit funny. I mentioned how these houses, these little housing blocks, each have about 1,000 people. Even though they've been upgrading, even though they have more people, that's still kind of the case. It's kind of weird. When the houses upgrade, you do get more people, but it's not like a significant amount of people. It's nothing truly massive. All right. So I think it's about time we get the rich people district going. We don't want to get rid of this wall completely, though. Yeah, these wolves are still scary. The wolves continue to be scary. Well, there's a wolf spawn point right here. This is just a network of anti-wolf barriers. It's great. I mean, it does also work to defend the city from attacks. All right. Let's just do that for now. Okay. So, rich people housing. We're gonna try to put like 4 of them in here. I'm gonna try to build this a little bit differently, though. I think they're 4 wide. There. So we're gonna start off with a market, or 2. This is a little bit different from the way I would normally set this up, so I'm hoping that this kind of makes sense. I also kind of want to bring this wall out one more. You'll understand why here in a minute. Because I want to bring this road around. And I want to build some of the support buildings that we need, like, back here. And maybe back here. Because desirability is such an important tool for these high-tier housing. Now we're gonna need a hippodrome. We're gonna need a coliseum. We're gonna need a lot of stuff. This was going to be the hard one to upgrade, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong. Let's just drop a coliseum. Oh, that's so big. Let's just slam a coliseum over here. Why not? Okay, religion. I'm gonna do something like that. They're going to need a bathhouse. That's the closest I can get a bathhouse? What if I did this? Then I could put the bathhouse, like, around behind. I should have that furniture. Not quite. It shouldn't take us long to get that furniture, anyhow. Yeah, we'll need education. Wait, what collapsed? Game. Game, what collapsed, game? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're coming. I'm sorry. No, I made the natives mad. I knew that was gonna be a concern. I think we're okay, though. It was because of this reservoir here. And now that I have a missionary there, I think we're good. Alright, we'll send that out. And we'll rebuild the market. That was my mistake. That was a dumb choice for me. What? Are they still attacking somewhere? Did one break through? One did break through. Come on. I needed that granary. There's just one guy going on a rampage. There we go. We got him. This was my pottery warehouse. Those were my 2 clay pits. Amphitheater. Bats. Alright. I knew for a fact that if I aggroed the natives, it was going to be a massive nuisance. Because there's just so many villages on this map. Yeah, that guy came from up here. And, yeah, just kind of wreaked havoc. Okay, we should be good to go now. We should be okay. Improve the desirability. I got you. Okay, I need you to get furniture and pottery. That's pretty standard. Losing all of this pottery is really painful, though. In fact, it's reminded me that I should probably produce more pottery in other locations. Even plop in a slum house, an engineer's post, and another prefecture. I don't know if we need the prefecture, but they provide a little bit of extra protection on top of everything else that they do, so it's okay. Do we have any attacks coming? Military, we have no reported threats. We do have minor troubles for crime, though. Oh. Yeah, no, that does make sense. Turns out slums are great for crime. Who would have thought? I may have to build a second warehouse up here eventually, or I guess it would be a third warehouse. Because this warehouse here might quickly fill up with pottery. And I will need to have furniture up here as well. No school or library. I can fix that. This temple might be a little close to this house. Let's move this temple over here. Look at all the wolves just kind of chilling here. That's great. I love that. Citizens want more schools. I guess that makes sense. Desirability. You can hit them with the gardens. I mean, I could put a slum house all the way down here. to try to help with staffing issues. I just want to make sure it's far away from the quote-unquote nice houses. Alright, we got our education. We have some of our education. It appears as if children are not running in this direction, which is what I was concerned of. We could build another school here. It's only a bit inconvenient. Alright, no clinic or hospital. Let's go ahead and build a couple doctor clinics. They will need a hospital too, eventually. We have to build it over here. We are a little bit early in trying to set up this housing, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine, we're fine, everything's okay. The kind of nice thing, we do have all this extra room here for housing. We will have to take out these forts, though, if we want to utilize that, which is a little bit problematic. We are going to need more housing. We need 6,000 people. Too few theaters working in the city? That checks out. That checks out. We only really have as many theaters as we need. I guess we could plop one over here. Why not? And we can plop one there, I guess. Yeah, see, this is my primary concern. This large tent is just struggling to get basically anything. As our clay pits continue to flood. There we go. Alright, now you need access to a library. It's seriously tempting to just plow over those houses and put a library down. I think we'd be better off putting it actually over here where the clinic was. Put the clinic over here. We'll put the library over here. Oh, we have wolves back. I mean, they're not really at risk over there. They're not really a threat. We could, I suppose, just wall this off so that that no longer is an issue. Because I think they spawn up on this hill. I think that's what they did. Uh-oh. Why are our houses devolving? Access to a library? I mean, they don't really need access to a library, though. We're not going to upgrade these houses past medium insulae. It's just not going to happen. These guys, on the other hand, they get a barber. Only the most privileged people in the city get a barber. Okay, so they finally got a little bit of food. That's good. So these guys should upgrade.
The city seems to be in good health.
No? They're not going to upgrade? Did the barber go the wrong way? That's actually probably true. That's the one drawback of having these roads back here, is that the wanderers can just get lost. Could put a second barber in, I guess. Or maybe just move this one. I'm a little bit hesitant to put it over here because the barber may wander into this area. I don't really want these houses to upgrade. Okay, this house cannot evolve. It needs a supply of oil. Okay, I think I have to import oil. Yes. Okay, so let's build a new warehouse right here for oil. This is going to be expensive. This isn't Pharaoh. I can't specify exactly how much oil I can import or I need to import. So I just kind of have to import it and say, yes, I want all of the oil. Give me your best oil, good sir or madam. Oops. Well, I goofed that up. Whatever, it's fine. Whatever, this is fine. You can just do something like that. My city needs more workers, huh? Yeah, we're a little bit short on employees. So I think here's what I'm going to do. Is this what I want to do? I'm going to open up this wall. And I'm going to put a gatehouse here. So that will prevent these wanderers from coming out here. I don't know if that's what I want, but it's what we're doing anyway. And then we're gonna put a fountain here. We're gonna provide these natives with fresh water. What does that do for them? Absolutely nothing. He's just going to be part of the scenery. There we go. It's going to be great. Alright. Do we want to put a granary over here? It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm just not quite sure where I want to put it. There's also farmland down here, so this little block of housing could theoretically provide it, like, on its own. It's kind of like we're building a brand new city over here. Except we already have a lot of the infrastructure in place, and we're surrounded by natives. You want me to send my You want me to send my armies out? I'm under constant invasion. An average of forceful attack in 24 months. The snakes. The rabbits. I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to send these troops out, I'm going to get attacked. But, whatever, game. They're attacking Longdanum. That's all, or no, Longdanum is here? There? Here. Maybe that'll open up a new trade route for us. I hope it will. Game's trying to get me killed. So I put the second missionary school down here hoping to really just make sure I keep this area flooded with missionaries. Because I'm a little bit concerned that the missionaries may get lost on the road here and start like not doing their job. Okay, so you are Grand Insulae, which means you guys should get wine. You should be getting wine soon. Not enough entertainment to be found. Why? I'll tell you why, because Caesar 3 hates me. That's why, because the game hates me. Because I knew that this was going to be the hard house to upgrade, and yet here I am still pandering to it. This house needs a second type of food, so this is where the problem's going to start occurring. We need to build... How do we want to do this? What type of food do you have? Meat. Let's put a granary up here. And have it get wheat. This may be a bad idea. This may not work the way I want it to. Lost access to local religious facilities? Just stay upgraded. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's just produce, like, a lot more wheat. Ugh, we're still short on people, though. Alright, let's wait for this housing to develop over here first. It shouldn't take very long. We'll drop a theater and another actor colony over here. You know, we can drop some food in here. We'll produce some wheat up close and personal to our rich people's housing. There we go. Put a slum house there and an engineer's post, just to make sure that we're all good there. And we'll put a prefecture too. I know, I don't think I need prefectures on this mission as much as I'm building them, but they help to protect from wolves, and they help to protect from native attacks if the natives were to be restless. So it's better than nothing. Okay, now they want a hospital. Fair. I knew this day was coming, which is why I planned for it by leaving space for a hospital. Yeah, a hospital. I think we can squeeze a doctor in there, yeah. I wonder if that's close enough to collect the proper taxes. I don't know, probably. Our unemployment is so bad. Alright, drop a couple of schools. And I'm probably going to have to set up a granary or a warehouse over here to get pottery. I can't imagine they'll be able to get pottery on their own. I love how these little tents are still slums. That was a great idea that I had. $207 employees. Maybe they can find the pottery. The pottery's really not very far away. But I also know how stupid the market workers are in this game. There's also a lot of extra room here for people. So maybe we just run it for a few. We should be getting a bunch of people in. Yeah. Hopefully that'll solve some of the problem. Lost access to a library. There's a library right here, game. It's right here. I didn't move it. I'm gonna have to build another library, aren't I? I really don't want to. Let's just hope that works for the best. Alright, we need those people coming in. They're coming. They're just coming slow. It's a really dumb idea to try to get this high-tier housing at this point. I don't know why I'm trying to do this. I should just pave this all over and put normal housing in. The extra high-density housing would be extremely useful. Okay, let's build a warehouse. We'll go ahead and get furniture and pottery. The usual stuff. I feel like this song is just constantly playing on loop. No local access to a doctor. That's probably because my hospitals have like 3 people working in them. It's probably a pretty safe bet. Our culture is good though. Our prosperity is getting there. Our favorability is almost there. It's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe what we'll do, let's compromise. Let's have a compromise in the wealthy district. We'll turn these houses here into normal houses, and then we'll try to get these 2 houses to upgrade. That way, we get a bunch of people in theory. And we can also work towards these houses upgrading for prosperity. It's splitting the difference. It's splitting the difference. Oh, you bastards. Don't you dare, game. I knew you were going to try this. Distant battle? Okay. We still have probably 2 or 3 years before they arrive. Hopefully our legions can return home before that's a problem. I hope. And then maybe we can build a triumphal arch. That would be nice. I like ye old little triumphal arches. They're cute. We're almost to 4,000 people. It's pretty good. It's decent. We still need room for 2,000 more people, though. And that's not going to be easy. Because our primary area of expansion is here, where our armies are, up here where the natives are. That's about it. Unemployment's going down, though, so that's good. At least for now. Once these houses upgrade, we may be okay. So we're gonna build another granary up here. And this may sound a little bit weird, but it makes sense for these houses. We're going to set this to only accepting meat. That way we have 2 different types of food right here. These houses all may eventually upgrade to fancy houses. I can only hope. I can only hope for such beauty. Why do they always go for the furniture first? So weird. Speaking of furniture, it would appear as if we need more furniture production. Both of these granaries are full. This granary is doing pretty good. These two granaries are also doing pretty good. That's good. That's pretty good. So I wonder if I should just write off these houses for population. Because if they're just all going to upgrade into villas, then eventually they're not going to provide any workers. Pottery is looking okay. I may still need to produce more pottery, though. There's still extra room in a lot of these houses. Oh, you need a bathhouse. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised we haven't had an issue with a plague up here, considering these don't have any health and sanitation. Problems. I can't really see the health risk, but I'm sure it was high. Really getting a little bit tired of this singular song on loop constantly. I feel like it's the same 30-second blurb constantly. Not enough entertainment. Could put an amphitheater over here. We may need more gladiator schools. It does seem to be a bit of an issue. Okay, well, let's make a second gladiator school then. We'll put it up here, because why not? Post and the stone house right there at the end. All right. Okay. You need access to an academy now. Yes, I planned for this. No, I can't get rid of that. Where the heck am I gonna put an academy? There you go. One academy. fresh off the market. I'm a little bit nervous about that. This is really far away from this house. I mean, I could just get rid of this. I don't think I need this wall anymore. I could be wrong about that. This could be a major mistake. I could be letting the wolves in. I don't know. And then we can just put this academy over here. Like that. We still have walls all over the place, so I think we'll still be okay. $164 employees short. You need a clinic? You can do that. Clinics are easy. Hospitals are hard. We're gonna try something a little bit weird. Let's get weird with it. Just getting a few extra pops out of everything there. These houses, they should actually have everything that they need. Like, all the commerce runs across this road. So they may even upgrade into villas, although I would actually hate that if they did. Boy, they hate these clay pits, don't they? There we go. So I'm not really in a rush. Overall quality of your city's housing is hold this rating back. That makes sense. Because I can't actually complete the mission until the peace rating hits 55. And that's something that we're just going to have to sit and wait for. But yeah, I'm hoping if we get some of these houses to upgrade into nice houses, we can break through the cap. The prosperity cap. I love how there's just like a random native hut right here in the middle of this housing block. That's really funny. The population shortage I just have to deal with now. And it is a big population shortage. I mean, it's not huge. It's not insurmountable. It's just annoying. Inconvenient. Yeah, these houses are upgrading pretty good. Yeah, and we get our Triumphal Arch. Nice. I'm gonna put that right right in the middle of Richtown. If I move this fountain over, is it going to destroy the world? It is. Well, let's put the Triumphal Arch here instead. It's so big! I forgot how big these things were. Okay, well, we're not putting it there. It's 3x3? That gets rid of the barber. We'd have to put the barber elsewhere. Could maybe put the barber back here. I'm just a little bit worried that the barber might get lost back there. So let's also put a spare barber over here. No, we'll put it there. That's a bad idea. Triumphal arches are extremely desirable. Which is why I want to put it here. Yeah, all right. Put it in the rich person's town. Nothing could be more prestigious. Imagine having your house built right next to a giant triumphal arch. It's fancy. Still short 76 people. Probably not for... Why? Why? How did a barber get the whole way down there? I hate it. I hate it. These freaking barbers. I knew they were gonna turn against me eventually. We could just densely pack this housing. If we pack the housing densely enough, maybe they'll remain undesirable slums. It's a bit bothersome that these buildings aren't getting academy access. The good news is we broke it through our prosperity rating. So that should start going up again. The bad news is our culture is bad. We are uncultured swine. We need another coliseum. We could put it over here. Maybe. There's really nowhere to put it over here. Alright. Good news. I guess we're gonna put it over here then. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter too much where we put the buildings when we're grinding out culture. Because that's basically just all we're doing. We're just trying to get the access up. So if you look at the city coverage, that's what it uses to determine like the coverage of or the culture rating. Is you want to have enough entertainment to cover more people. I believe it also goes with education as well. You want to have enough schools and things of that nature. So if we're just dotting theaters around, that will help improve the coverage and it'll improve our culture. Yeah, that's what I want. They don't want to build a villa next to a tent. That would be a disaster. Come on, I just want the academy to cover this house. That's all I want. I don't want to have to build a second academy. Alright. Too few libraries, so that would be your education. Here. I mean, you could build a library down here. That's okay. We're still lacking the workers, though. But we're a lot closer on that front than we were before. That's for sure. And, you know, once these houses get fully occupied, we should be okay with in regards to our workers. It's just taking a long time to trickle the pops into here because they have to travel from the opposite side of the map. How's our food situation? Our food situation is probably good. We can always put in more farms. We'll throw in some vegetables. Vegetables and pigs. There we go. I think we're probably good to get rid of this wall now. Open that up a bit. I'm gonna have to build a second academy, aren't I? What if I deleted this academy over here? This academy is not really doing anything. I mean, it's providing coverage to these houses, yeah. But these houses don't need academy access to upgrade. I only really did that for the culture. Which we can now do that for the culture over here. That'll help fill out the academy access over here, I think. Oh, why are there villas cropping up? I hate that. The barbers are evil. Don't trust the barbers. They'll just completely ruin your city. We don't care if they upgrade into fancy houses that don't want to work. We're just gonna cut hair. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you're just going to cut hair. Just put a school in there. Put a school. Put another school down here. Why not? I have some concerns. We're gonna need another block of housing. Probably. And also these people are struggling to get furniture. Are we? No, we're not really struggling for furniture. I think it's just, it's taking time to trickle down. Ooh. Yeah, so my concern about running out of furniture over here was sound. Let's build a warehouse back here that only gets furniture. That may help to keep the furniture up here. Ooh. A third type of food? Well, I mean, that does make sense, right? So this is meat. This is wheat. I guess we're going to build a granary for vegetables now. Why not? I like how this warehouse still hasn't filled up with meat. Oh, by the way, there's still an enemy army coming, and my troops are not home yet. So that's exciting. And by exciting, I mean terrifying. This could all end in one fell swoop. Yeah, furniture. The furniture crisis has hit. We could produce furniture over here. I don't really want to. I mean, we have a little bit of unemployment, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We just plop a couple of timber yards here. And then a few furniture workshops up here. Honestly, I guess it would be better to put the timber yards up here, yeah? Whatever, that should be fine. I lied. I lied through my teeth. It's not fine. Get rid of those. There we go. All right. Okay, so these guys need furniture. Even you. All right, enemies at the door. We're going to be attacked in a year. Our reinforcements still aren't home. This is what I was afraid of. Here's what we're going to do. I can't rely on my army being strong enough to deal with this. I don't know where they're coming in at. I don't care where they're coming in at. We need to fortify every single wall. Everyone that we can. Hey, 5,000 people. Ah, this track that plays when you get 5,000 people, it's a nice one. This one is not a nice one. This is the same track we've been hearing every single time I close my eyes and blink or look at something funny. Yeah, we can stockpile furniture. Build a second gatehouse. Please. Please, game. Alright, let's not build a second gatehouse. That's okay, we'll just build a bunch of walls. There we go. Am I overreacting? Maybe. Do I want to lose this mission at this point after spending so much time working on it? Absolutely not. Not because of something stupid like them attacking when I have my troops sent out. Alright. We need to fortify this wall too. I think the funny thing is that I knew this was happening. Like, as soon as I saw that request, I was like, yeah, no, they're going to attack me again, aren't they? And I still fell for it. I was still like, you know what? The idea of getting a triumphal arch is delicious. So, I'm just going to accept this into my life. And now I'm facing the price. Alright, let's see the enemies of Rome get through this, shall we? I'm gonna build another mission post. Still no access to an academy. You have 2 academies. You have 2 choices. Why are they not walking this way? I don't understand. They're walking all the way back here. But they're not walking into this middle area. I really don't want to move this academy again. Let's try it here. That's not much better, but maybe. Maybe it'll stop them from coming this way. Maybe they'll go this way instead. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws at this point. The academy is just being dumb. Short by 56 employees. It's due to a lack of furniture, I think. Yeah, it's a big lack of furniture. The lack of the furniture is a real problem. I think it'll resolve eventually. I just need to build more furniture. I need to produce more furniture. And now that I'm producing some up here as well, I think that'll help. Some of these folks are struggling with pottery. These guys are going to make it back right around the time that the enemies arrive. I think that's probably scripted that way. Are our ballista ready? I hate that there's only 3 over there, but I can't really do anything else about that. Okay. Sure. Let me import wine. Are you happy? Yeah, you are. I need to improve the desirability. I got you, boo. Not enough entertainment. What are you missing? That doesn't actually tell me anything. Theater? Amphitheater? Is it time? Coliseum? They want their hippodrome. I don't really want to build a hippodrome. Hey, our troops are back. We're not there. We're not at the point of building a hippodrome yet. We need to fix our employee shortage. Which I think our employee shortage is slowly resolving itself. It's very slowly. But it's getting there. Too few theaters. Eight working theaters, 5 shows. I wonder if I need another actor colony. You may need to offer more variety or perhaps build more actor colonies to provide actors for those theaters. Okay. The gods are a little bit irate. Let's build another actor colony. We'll just plop it... You know what? We'll plop it right there. We do want to make sure the gods are happy, though. Even if we're just putting temples wherever. Turns out the gods don't really care too much about where their temples are, just that they have them. So that's good. Also, we need to tax these people. These people and these people. There we go. I hate... Do you see this villa? I hate this villa. That villa is a crime. Am I gonna demolish it? No. But I'm just saying, it's a crime. It should be illegal. Short by 119 people. Some areas have crime problems. Lack of housing prevents immigration. We've actually lost a little bit of money. Culture is still a little low. I mean, I'm not going to get away from having to fight this battle. It's going to take too long to get the peace rating up. But we're almost there. We're almost there, folks. 3-hour mission? This late in the game? I'll take it. I mean, it's probably going to be closer to 3.5 hours because it's going to take some time to rectify some of the issues that we're having. Let's build another market here. What if we just built a patch of housing right in here? Does that make sense? Not really. hear me out, chat. Be patient with me. Let me cook. This makes me super nervous. This gives me anxiety. Ugh, I hate this. This is actually, like, bothering me. This is stressing me out. Why is it stressing me out? It's stressing me out because if at any point... Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Sir. Sir, please. I need to build a market there. Alright. You know what? You got me. I'll build a market over here instead. Let's also build a market up here. Let's move this missionary post over a little bit. I do probably have this area a little bit oversaturated with missionary posts, but again, like, this is making me nervous. What? Oh. All right. This is the most fortified part of the wall. So maybe we'll be okay. Except they're going to attack immediately. Why are my ballista not attacking? Are they actually too far away for the ballista? Wait. Why are my ballista not attacking? Why is there a local uprising here too? Game, please. Huh, so apparently the... Why are my ballista going to heaven? What? I don't think this is working the way I wanted it to. There we go. We finally have a ballista firing. Here, let's move the javelins over here. They should be able to attack these guys. Alright, the rest of my legions are here. Now, this is extremely dangerous. They could just loop... What are you guys doing? I'm so confused. Alright, head forward. Because these guys are just going to keep throwing spears. Alright, they're backing off. Woo! Dang. Okay, so we've learned something today. Apparently, ballistas can't fire over walls that are too big. This is news to me. where they're going, they don't need walls. You're not wrong. I'm hoping that's the most dangerous attack that we deal with. There is a very real concern that they could have come up here and just overran me. But they didn't. So I guess 2 thick walls is the only, like, density of wall we can do. Could actually probably get rid of some of these towers. We are very close to our win condition, folks. Here, let's get rid of a couple of these towers. I did way overbuild our towers. At least some of them. But I was extremely concerned that we were going to get attacked when my troops weren't here. And I think it was a valid reaction to build all these extra towers. But that will help our unemployment issue. As will this. Go. Theater. Amphitheater. I think that's probably the extent of our... I'm gonna build a theater there, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm concerned that the worker's just going to go out into this block. This is a little bit too tightly packed for my liking. Yeah, let's get rid of this theater here. We're going to put it here instead. And then we're also going to do the same thing with this school. Even though this school should be close enough, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. And I do kind of think this is a little... you know what? If that's excessive, I could put this over here. That makes a lot more sense. There we go. All right. Ooh. Still want that hippodrome. We have no employment problems. Could build a hippodrome. Enemies closing. Let's clear our messages. So a hippodrome is 250 employees. And then I think the chariot is another 20. I just don't think we can afford it right now. I mean, we can definitely afford it. We can definitely pay the money to get one. I mean, we do have a lot of people coming in. Produce just enough to feed everybody. I kind of hate that statement. couple slum houses back there. If only these barbers didn't revolt, we wouldn't have all these random villas everywhere. And then maybe we could actually build a hippodrome. I mean, don't get me wrong, we could probably get away with building a hippodrome. It just... being short 250 people, it makes me nervous, okay? It makes me nervous, and I don't think that's a unreasonable reaction. Put another farm there. So here's the thing. We may finish the game at the end of the year. Or not the game, but the mission. We only need, I think, one more tick of prosperity. And we should get that at the end of the year. As long as we don't lose anything else. Look at this housing, folks. This is a nice little plot of housing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I think we're going to save the game in December, just on the off chance that maybe we'll actually complete the game. The thing is that the culture rating is going to go down a little bit. But then it'll go back up when we build the hippodrome, so it'll be okay. Here, let's put the chariot maker there. I think that'll work. Oh, it's 150? Okay, that's not quite as bad as I was expecting, but it's still going to be short 100 people. And the builder is only 10. Okay. Pottery shortage, huh? I don't like that. Let's get pottery over here. Why not? Seems like it's always one or the other. Either we're short on pottery or we're short on furniture. It's really a balancing act, which I guess is a pretty good way to describe this game, yeah? No, my culture went down. Are you guys just not going to go this way? No. No, of course not. Why would I expect you to go this way, towards the high-quality housing? I hate pathfinding in this game. I know I entirely have myself to blame, but I wish they would just be like, oh, there's houses over here that need entertaining. Let's go over here and get entertained then. They might make it out eventually. I could also brute force the matter. I could get rid of the chariot maker over there, and I could just put it on this side instead. I don't know where. I guess I could just plop it in there. That's a fire hazard. That way the chariots come this way, along this road, and pass by these houses, instead of up from the south.
This city needs a lot more workers.
It's your fault, charioteer!
There are simply not enough.
Stupid hippodrome needing so many more people. It's actually not that bad. Our population is actually doing pretty good now. Alright, let's see if this theory works. I hope it does. Now they're complaining about desirability. You know what? That's okay. We can just put a bunch of governor heads everywhere. It'd be great. Temple collapsed. Okay. Which temple collapsed? Temple to Mars. Okay, well, let's put an engineer's post or two over here. Or a bunch, because I apparently didn't put any engineer's posts over here. Culture is still going down. Alright, what do we need? Libraries. You got it, Chief. Plop a library there. Let's plop a library... up there. Why not? Why not? The people out in the middle of nowhere, they need to learn how to read. Is it building in the one spot it can't upgrade? Game. Game, please. Why would you do this, game? Why do you hate me so? Come on. Come on, game, work with me. Alright, let's save the game. There we go. That's something, at least. Still not desirable enough? There we go. Yeah, luxury palace. Nice. We do have our prosperity. We just need to get our culture up. Too few academies. All right, well, let's plop an academy here then. The market is having detrimental effects. How dare you want food? I mean, if you really want to, game, I can knock over the market. But I know that'll make you mad too, so... What do you want from me? Caesar has promoted us to the rank of Caesar. Does he have that power? Can he just be like, you know what? You get a promotion. Where am I going to be promoted to? You're going to be promoted to Caesar. Okay. So, I could continue governing for 2 more years. We do have another battle coming. Let's see, what time is it? 1:30? Ooh. All right. Let's accept the promotion. Let's become the Caesar.
Incredible. I send you deep behind our weakest border, where the hatred of Rome is as thick as the trackless forests, and you build a strong outpost on the very bones of the Goths. What a great achievement.
The final assignment. Lindum, an extremely dangerous province. Or Massilia, a peaceful province. Let's take a look at these requirements, shall we? Let's take a look at this one first.
Our borders to the far east, the south, and the west are secure.
Why is Caesar still advising me?
Near eastern borders, they've always done.
I'm Caesar. Why is he here?
I have no troops left for the far north or generals to command them. You will secure Britannia.
Why are you telling me what to do? I'm in charge now. I'm the Caesar.
Build a medium city far to the north, in the province called Lindum. Here, your military prowess.
These objective
will be as
requirements are
important
actually
as your
really
governing
easy.
skills.
We literally just
Your
did
assignment
this.
is to build a wall that will keep the Celts. And
We're
their
building a wall. We're gonna make the Celts pay for it.
Security is your main concern in Lindum, but I also challenge you to achieve high ratings to prove yourself worthy of the next final promotion.
But I'm already Caesar.
If you can do it, I shall turn the Empire itself over to you. I have wanted to retire.
I have wanted to retire for some years. What year did the first mission start? It was like 100 years ago, 200 years ago,
Prove yourself this one last
if not
time,
longer.
and the ultimate prize is yours.
Like, I suppose that's fair. Caesar has just been this immortal deity, like, following along on our adventures. So what does this one say?
Against my better judgment, I shall tell you a secret.
Well,
All the world hails me as Emperor and God.
I mean, he is the God Emperor if he's been alive that long.
I'm getting on in years, and the supreme power weighs heavier each day. I wish to be one of the few emperors in Rome's long history to enter a peaceful and voluntary retirement. The lack of a natural-born heir is the only barrier to my plan.
I mean, you could fix that, good
Every
sir.
patrician in Rome would quickly offer himself as my successor, but the more avidly they want it, the less suited they are for such power. You alone have shown the ability and the devotion to govern in my place.
Wait, how old am I in this
I have
situation?
one last
I have to be
assignment.
just as old.
The ultimate test of your governing skills. You will build a glorious city in Massilia, a province with little farmland, meager resources, and some armed resistance. Local Gauls are again fighting Roman rule. Some barbarians never learn. You must achieve very high ratings to show yourself worthy of the ultimate promotion. Build an extremely prosperous city that rivals Rome in culture. and
80
earn
culture,
high favor with me.
85 prosperity.
Use all your talent to make Massilia your crowning achievement, and I will overlook differences that you and I have had in the past.
Casually referring to all the times I've gone into debt. That's a good one. That's actually pretty funny. Okay, so this looks more like a final mission objectives here. 8,000 population, 85 prosperity, 85 favor, and 80 culture. That seems like a much harder mission. I'm not gonna lie. But that is going to be a decision we make next time. Although, I do have to check something real quick. I am super curious. This is going to quit the game. That's okay. I'm going to jump back in. Because I think there's, like, another story element here that I have never considered until now. If we start a new game...
Let your governorial training begin. First,
okay, it's
you
not
must
going to
learn the
tell me.
basics of constructing Roman settlement.
Yeah, I don't know what year the first mission occurs. But it's wild to think about the fact that apparently all these hundreds of years, we are the same people. Like, I just assumed that it was like a stand-in. No, like all of those comments that Caesar made in the briefing for the final mission strongly suggests that not only is he the same Caesar as when I started, but I am the same person as when I started, despite that being hundreds of years ago. That's impressive. That's impressive. But that's going to be all for today, folks. We have one more Caesar 3 mission left. That's an interesting part about Pharaohs, the same family through the ages and the leadership changes. Yeah, but they directly refer to the fact that the leadership changes. You are a different person. You are Lord Lee the 5th, Lord Lee the 6th, Lord Lee the 27th, whatever it is. In this one, like, you are the same person the whole way through. You are... Caesar is the god emperor, and you are one of his primarchs, apparently. There's another 40k reference for you. I still know nothing about 40k. But that's still just, like, hilarious to think about. Anyway, I just realized that we may... Oh no, I didn't save the game. My last save was here. Which is not actually that far away. I believe we finished the game in April of this year. Although we may actually finish it now. Enjoy your day, get some sleep before work. Yeah, I have to go. I have to go, unfortunately. Let me make sure I just have everything all right here, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for sticking around. 5, 6 viewers for freaking Caesar 3. That's incredible. Until next time, folks. When we finish this, We probably won't play this the next time I stream, but someday in the very near future, we're gonna finish this, and it'll be great. But until then, happy gaming.